Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Nick Reeves, and this video is a continuation of the build of this B490 from Banggood. Now, in the last video, I think we had a bare airframe assembled. It has progressed a little bit from that, but I have lost some of the video footage of me doing that bit. So I'll bring you up to speed with where we are with it. As I said, in the last video, we had the bare airframe assembled, had all the spars and everything put in. Since then, what I've done is, again, I don't know how you'll be able to see, there's one of the plates on the bottom. The light's a bit bad in here. That plate's been glued on. Motor mount has been glued on, and the motor has been fitted. The motor I'm using is a Racerstar BR1306, 3100 kV. So that's going to spin pretty quick. I've also fitted, again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, the Elevon horn base plates, for want of a better word. But that was about it. The next stage was fitting the top plate. Now, I don't know if you're meant to or not, but to get it to fit on the model, I had to actually in the right position. I've used the slots for the battery strap as a guide to where it's meant to sit, and it was too long with the motor mount in place. I've trimmed it back, but I'll be honest, I've trimmed it back too far. It's not going to make any difference to the strength or anything like that, but it's worth measuring 3 times probably and cutting once. So the next stage for me just now is to glue that on. One of the other things which I'll speak about just now, I had planned to use these little servos. Again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see them. These are the Tower Pro SG51Rs. They're meant to be 5-gram servos. They fit in the slots really well, but they're crap. They're jerky, they're notchy, they don't center well. I thought it was just a couple that I had. I went through every single one of these that I had bought, and they're all exactly the same. So I put a shout out for recommendations, and somebody said try these. Now I don't know, again, I don't know how we'll be able to see size comparison between them, but they're much of a muchness size wise. These are VOTIK 7350 MGD. So these are metal geared digital servos. These are about £2 a piece. These were £6 a piece, I think. I can't remember if these came from Banggood or Amazon. I'll put a link below anyway as to where they came from. I haven't powered these up yet. I don't know how good they are, but I'd like to think they're going to be better than these servos. So that's just something to mention while I'm doing this. So I've got 6 of those, 4 of which will go in this wing and its sister wing that came in the box. And I have got another box with another 2 of these in it. I'm contemplating doing a giveaway for something, somehow, not sure. At the time of filming, I'm fast approaching 500 subscribers. I was thinking about doing a competition of some sort for 1,000 subscribers, but I'm not sure how to do that yet. So what I'm going to do is get this glued on and get all the other bits and pieces glued in that I need to. And I'll come back once that's all glued in. Okay, so I can't remember where I got to with the last segment on this. I've been dotting between this and another project, so I can't actually remember what I said last. Where it stands at the moment, everything that needs glued in, I think, is glued in. The top plate, the bottom plate's glued in. I've actually put the battery strap in through and underneath. The Elevon horns are all glued in. I think the motor was fitted before, but I put a prop on it just now for obvious reasons in a moment. Now, the ESC that I bought to go with this is this one. I can't remember what rating it is. I think it's a 10 amp, not sure. But I also found in my spares box this little 12 amp one, and the only reason I've wired this to the motor is it already had the connector soldered onto it, so it's one less thing to do. I have had a quick fire up of this with the receiver to make sure it spins the right way for when I was soldering up the connectors, and it's spinning the right way to use what I'd call a standard prop as opposed to a pusher prop. So looking from the front, the motor spins anti-clockwise. That's a 5x3 on there just now. I'm not sure, but I think that's the recommended size. So what else? Well, I mentioned before about the servos. These servos now, these VOTIK servos. Again, I had a quick fire up of these with the receiver to center them, and these are so much smoother than the previous servos. I don't know what torque they are. I'll put a link below in the description for these, but I can remember thinking they're pretty good spec for what they are. They're digital as well, so they hum because they're always trying to find their center. But really, the next job is to fit the servos and get the servo leads routed through, and then after that try and figure out where everything's got to be placed to get CG. I can't remember where the CG's got to be, so I need to go online and find out where that's got to be. So the plan with the servos, we've got the pre-cut servo cutouts in the wing. I've enlarged this corner just here, that corner just there, just because of the shape of these servos, and I've also put a couple of slits which you won't be able to see because I can barely see them here, for the servo lugs, so I don't have to cut them off. These are going to be just slipped in, and I'm just going to put a couple of spots of uhu paw just to hold them in place, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of tape over the top. I'm not going to fully glue them in because I might well want to take them out at some point, but yeah, that's the next part of the job.
Does it ready to fly?
No.
Except from doing everything else?
Yeah, it's ready to fly except for doing everything else. So, in the wise words of the chief builder here, this is ready to fly now. Obviously it isn't, but the servos are in. As I said, all I've done is literally slotted them in. They're a nice tight fit. I put a little spot of pour glue on front and back on each one, and I've put a patch of tape over the top. I'm not going to worry about taping the servo leads in. Now we've got to see about getting, I think, some control horns in, which are over there in the box. Not control horns, push rods. No, in the bag. The bag is in the bag in the box. There, look, the bag. What about there? Oh. Yeah. So we've got 4 in here because there's a second wing over there, like a duplicate of this. So we're just going to need 2 just now. And these should, I'll put them back over there, should be a really easy fit. I want to make sure that I get these around the right way, or the best way, which I think is going to be like that. Need a screwdriver to undo them. And just stick them through the outermost hole. Give it a wiggle to get them in. I'll try to get them in. There we go. Top hole here.
Does it fit?
Sorry?
Does it fit?
Yeah, it fits. So I haven't actually tightened up the adjustment screw there yet. But I'll loosen off this one. Do the same here. Top hole. It's always a bit fiddly. Right, so now in theory, all we need to do is get these servo, well the servo should be just about centered anyway. So we need to get the elevons flush, which again they just about are, and tighten up the adjustment. Can you just hold the ring there like that for me? Thank you.
Sorry.
That was pretty tight. How's that one? Oh, don't move that. Have a look. Yeah, they're all pretty straight and true. It's not bad at all. So, what's the next thing we need to do? Yeah, so really the next thing we need to do now is figure out where all the bits and pieces are going. And to do that I've got to go online to get an idea, because there's no manual that comes with this as such. I need to go online and see if there's a manual somewhere. Also get a measurement for where the centre of gravity should be. Planning on using 2S 850 900 milliamp packs.
Where?
What?
Where are
what?
the batteries?
Well, one of them's on charge just now. So I'll go and have a look online, get some information, and come back to you once I've figured that bit out. So I've had a little bit of a hunt online. Found a manual of sorts that's actually on the listing for this on Banggood. The listing for this will be on a link below. But then the description of that, there is a link to a manual. The manual is, how can I put it, vague. It's a lot of pictures with a couple of words, and all it says is check CG. Now what I've done, there's no measurement or anything for the CG, but what I've done is I've used the pictures to deduce that the CG should be in between these two fore and aft positions. This is actually meant to be able to take a flight controller and a stabilizer for FPV, and it looks like the CG should be somewhere roughly about halfway between these. So it does seem to come out pretty close to that. Once the ESC is back there and the receiver's back there with the 900 2S. Now it all seems to work. We've got, it's powered up just now. You can hear the buzzing. That's because it's digital servos. But it all works, and we have got some power. But this battery's flat. I don't know, the battery's flat. So really all I need to do now is get this lot fixed in, so I'm happy with it, have it all secured, charge up the battery, or batteries, and go and give it a launch. And see how it flies. So if I can find some cable ties, I'll be able to do it today. If not, maybe tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, that just about completes the build. Yeah, I've got some tidying up to do here. That's nothing serious. 2, 3, maybe 4 cable ties that'll be sorted out. So if you're liking this, give us a thumbs up. Tick the thumbs up, or whatever you have to do to the thumbs up to like it. If you're not already, subscribe and tick the bell to get notifications. And hopefully the next one they're a bit big, aren't they, Ewan? really. They're bigger than the aeroplane. Hopefully the next video in this series will be the test flight of this wing. Because of its size, we might even be able to test flight in the field out the back of the house. But yeah, until next time, I'll catch you later. Can you make any more noise?